Everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Today in the shop we have a 2015 Honda Odyssey with 150,000 miles, and it has what I call a first world problem. The passenger side sliding door, the rear right door, has issues, and the customer said that now there's a parasitic drain. So let's read the customer complaint and see if we can simplify this thing. It's not his main vehicle, he just wants to get rid of the parasitic drain for minimal cost. Alright, so here's a customer complaint. Two problems likely connected. My passenger door, sliding door broke and the dealer had to disconnect the cable. They said the motor seized. My battery drains about 250 milliamps. Dealer said that a latch is broken and drawing current even when the car is off and when I turn off the side doors using the switch on my dashboard. I took the van to Portman's, that's a body shop, to get a better price in the repair. They did not confirm the problem, wanted to have you diagnose the electrical problem before they do any work. That's smart. Hopeful outcomes: a working sliding door with no battery drain when the car is off. However, I would be okay with somehow disconnecting the sliding door and disable it from use. It's our spare car and live without both sliding doors operational. So, parasitic draw right now. Vehicle's off. It's been sitting here for like half an hour. About 200 milliamps. So that's about what the customer said. And I did a little preliminary diagnostics, just basic checks. And let's focus on that door. Let's pull up a wiring diagram, see what fuses it feeds, and check those fuses first, because if the problem's over there, that will save us a lot of time. Oh, by the way, there was one trouble code stored in the BCM, a B2085 right power sliding door half latch switch circuit short. Now in live data, I manually open and close the doors, and the switches seem to work fine, but the parasitic draw is still there, the code is still there, the motor tries to do something, the cable is disconnected. So let's simplify it by looking at the diagram here. Which fuses feed this giant right power sliding door control unit? Well, we have hot at all times 40 amp, that's the big one for the actual motor. Then we have fuse 1320 amp, hot at all times. Passengers under dash fuse relay box. Then this is ignition power, fuse 20, 7.5 amp. And then this one right here comes from fuse 16, 10 amp, hot at all times, and that is the backup fuse. So let's start checking these fuses and see if there's any voltage drop across the fuses. So the main fuse box under the hood, I found fuse 16 backup, and on that one there is a voltage drop going across this fuse. So if you put your meter pins right across the pins of the fuse, if you see any voltage drop, 0.8 millivolts, that's not a 0, 0.9, means there's current going through the backup fuse. Now we could pull it and see if this current goes away, but that will also reset many other modules, because if you look at power distribution, this fuse 16, 10 amp, goes to everywhere. All the modules: sliding door, power seat, power tailgate, driver's MICU, the underhood fuse relay box. That's a smart fuse box. If you pull this fuse, you won't really know if the problem is in the right power sliding door. Also, it goes out here to driver's junction box 1, diagram 2 of 10. Look, everything's on here: screen, home link, camera unit, gauge control, mobilizer, climate control, keyless access, power mirror control unit, door multiplex power, window switch. So pulling this fuse right now I do not want to do. What I want to do is get to this control unit, which lives behind that sliding door, and just unplug these power feeds, connector C and B, and well, we can unplug all the connectors since we just want the door to function manually. Alright, so there's our parasitic draw, 217 milliamps. I'm going to manually open this door. It's a little sticky, but you know, it still works. And these doors I have latched, and I have the screws pulled out of the door jamb switches so the interior lights don't turn on, because we might have to get to those interior fuse boxes. So let's see what the parasitic draw is right now. As we open the door, it went up to half an amp, about 520 milliamps. So let me wait until it drops down to 200 again, and then we'll get to this sliding door control unit. Alright, so we're down to 260 milliamps. It's a little higher than we started with, 220 or so. Let's go to this right rear quarter panel, and this whole plastic piece, it's on clips, it just pulls back. This AC duct comes off, and then 3 screws, and I pulled this motor module assembly back so we can get to these connectors. So I'm just going to unplug these one by one. If I can get to the actual clips back here. Easier said than done. So let me unplug these, and then we'll see if our parasitic draw goes away completely. Alright, so the first connector I unplugged is this big one. That's connector C. It has 4 wires, the fat red, fat brown, black, and a green. And that is all, or most of the main powers. C1, C3, and then C2 and C5 are grounds. So that's all unplugged. However, let's see if our parasitic draw went away. So we're still at 260 milliamps. That did not do the trick. Let's unplug connector B, the one that has the keep alive power. Right there, B1 is going to be a green wire. That's this one, so let me unplug this connector. Perfect. Now we're down to 150 milliamps. Let me unplug the last connector so the whole thing's out of the way, and then we can close the door. I don't know if the power locks are going to work or not. Put the car to sleep. I want to see about 10 to 20 milliamps final sleep, final drop. Alright, so at 150 milliamps, our voltage drop across the backup fuse is 0.4 millivolts. That's about half of what we used to have, so that is still the fuse that's causing this 150 milliamp draw. Well, let's close the door. It latches, it works. We're up to 870. Let's see if the door locks now work. They still work. So I'm going to close. They did. Okay, hey, that works. Perfect. So now let's give this car 15 minutes and see if our draw goes to something reasonable. We're already below 100 milliamps. That's great news. So I think this should time out and go to full sleep very soon. This is perfect. 15 milliamps. As soon as I turned off the camera, the car went to sleep. So what I'm going to do is reassemble the interior, hook the battery back up, start it up, do a full key cycle, and then put it back to sleep, and we'll see what the final draw is. Hopefully that'll take care of the customer complaint. Alright, so interior reassembled. All the doors are actually closed. All the door jar switches are re-enabled. So we're starting at less than 100 milliamps. So we could either lock it or not lock it. Doesn't really matter. Well, here, I'll lock it. And this should drop down to 15 milliamps pretty quickly. 30 seconds later, 15 milliamps, just beautiful. So let me reconnect the battery. We'll start up the car, warm it up a little bit, pull it back in here, let it go to sleep, make sure this number is repeatable. And then this battery's been discharged several times recently, so the owner wants me to do a battery capacity check. And very easy way to do that, make sure you're starting with a fully charged battery, like, you know, run the car for half an hour or whatever. Pull it in and turn the key off and just turn the headlights on. Or you can leave the key on with the engine off, headlights on, and if after 10 minutes the voltage drops to something where you can't even crank the engine, you need a new battery. Alright, so it's kind of a common sense battery capacity test. So let me do that, and we'll do the battery capacity test as the very last step. Alright, so let's briefly start the car. I don't know what that little key symbol means. I mean, the remote works. Let's drive it around and see what happens. By the way, let's see if the left rear door still works, and it does. Okay, and then the little indicator light, that works perfectly. That little orange light with the key, that's an antenna problem in the left rear door, like the BCM code said. Not worried about that at all. Now let's pull it in, do a final parasitic draw test, and then the capacity test. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes. We're down to less than 100 milliamps. So I'm going to lock the doors. We'll see if this drops down to 15 milliamps faster. You should do it on its own even with the doors unlocked, but some cars like to see the doors locked and the security system. See, it's already dropping quickly. So lock your doors if you want to do a faster parasitic draw test. And we'll wait for it. Boom. 20, and it'll trickle down to 15. So now let's reconnect the battery and turn on the headlights, turn on the key, and do a parasitic draw measure, or a battery capacity measurement. Alright, so we're starting at 12.5 volts. I'm going to unlock it. Headlights are on. We'll do key on. Fans on a little bit. So our battery draw right now, see, we're already down to 11.7, but we're drawing about 30 amps. So this amp clamp is amazing for doing these battery and alternator checks, because you can measure current and voltage at the same time. So let's leave it for, I don't know, 10 minutes. So it's 7:35 right now. I have a feeling this battery is not going to pass the test. We're already dropping to 11.7 volts. Uh-oh. We're dropping quick now. Below 11 volts, and it hasn't even been 10 minutes, so this battery fails the capacity test. We can try to start it. Let's turn off everything here. Wow. Impressive. So maybe you can leave that as a spare for like in the garage for testing stuff, but I would not keep it in the car, especially during winter. That would not be a good idea. 13.7 volts. We're charging at 65 amps. Okay. But we're going to pop in a new one since the customer brought a spare battery. Yeah, this thing is So brand new battery installed. Let's make sure it starts and runs like it should. Very nice. No warning lights. Beautiful. So we're done with this Honda Odyssey. If you have problems with your sliding door, just get rid of that crap and leave it manual. Just unplug the motor. That should take care of your parasitic draw. Hopefully that helps someone out. And thanks all for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.